Good morning. Welcome to this July 16th Board of Commissioners meeting. I will note Commissioner Ewitz is going to be late, so he will join us when he arrives. First item is public comment. Do we have anyone here for public comment? Okay, seeing none, I'll move on. We have Brett Barton with the board appointments, and I believe it's Chris Ward and Madison Bolero.
Correct.
Okay.
Have them both here with me. So about a month ago, I informed you that there were some changes to the bylaws to appointments to our board, and two of those fell on you to appoint. One is an ex-offender and one is a victim or a victim advocate. So brought these two in today. Chris has been on my board about 2 years and reached out to Madison, and she was very eager and willing to help on our board. So I'm very pleased to have them both. So
Okay.
any
Great.
questions or comments?
None.
None.
I'll make the motion that we accept the recommendation from the department and welcome aboard.
Okay, motion carries 0. Thank you, guys.
Gentlemen, I do have a favor. After the meeting, if you had 5 minutes to come over to my office and just inspect the building issue we have,
Okay.
it'd be greatly appreciated.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, next up is Stephen Deckard with the, public EMS educator contracts as well as EMT contract and paramedic contract.
Yes, these are the two contracts that were voted in at the beginning of the year that are for a EMT educator, primary instructor, and then a paramedic adjunct faculty.
Okay, so we have them here. As he said, we kind of accepted the template of it. Now we're putting individuals in it. So for the first one I have is the paramedic contract, which will have Stephen do outside of his regular scheduled work for that, and then it also has the conflict of interest with it. So I just want to be clear on something so that's an hourly rate of $51.10 for the paramedic paramedic teaching position, adjunct teaching position.
Correct.
Is that correct? All right. So I'll entertain a motion to accept that.
Motion to approve or accept the paramedic and the no conflict of interest for those individuals.
Okay. So motion carries 2-0 on that. The next one is for the EMT position, and that is one of our paramedics, Linda Tyson, who will be teaching that class. And again, that has the conflict of interest with it as well, and the rate is $35.43 per hour. So I entertain a motion for that one as well.
Same, I'll make the motion for the EMTs and the conflict of interest be approved.
Okay. Motion carries 2-0. Quick question with it.
Yep.
I think I know the answer, but I just want to clarify.
I hope
Both
I
of
know.
these have certain requirements to do them, correct? Like
Correct.
Bert and I aren't showing up and teaching these classes.
Correct. So requirements by the state of Indiana is you have to be a primary instructor, which is an additional course. You have to be at minimum an EMT. Obviously, both Linda and I are both paramedics. And then for the paramedic adjunct, we added the specialty certification of critical care flight as well to ensure that our students are receiving appropriate education.
Okay, great. I just wanted to clarify if anyone had
It's
questions that it's,
State.
it's a very narrow pool of individuals within our scope that can even do this, and it's specialized
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions, Bert, for him?
I'm good.
Okay,
Thanks, Steve.
Stephen.
Can you get me the conflict of interest?
All right, next we have Carol Price with the United Way annual campaign, usually around this time,
you.
request.
Thank you. Yes, it's time for the 2024 United Way campaign. County government will again be a pace setter this year as we were last year, which means we would like to have our campaign mid to late August. And last year's campaign was really well done. The gals upstairs did such a great job. They even had a bake sale that raised over $1,000 all by itself, which was very exciting. So the county ended up providing a lot more funds than we had in 2022. So I was wondering, I'd like permission to have the campaign and then also to offer the same incentive that you've been offering for the last few years, the fair share, giving 1 hour's pay per month gets a free paid day off.
Okay.
I really have no objection. I think it's a great idea. So I would be in favor of doing just exactly that. So if you want that in a motion, I'll make that motion that we
Okay.
do so.
All right, motion carries 2-0. We'll
Thank you.
participate again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you. Okay, it's not on our agenda, but Dan, right?
Yep.
With Republic. So I will, obviously you showed up, so I'll let you go.
Thanks.
Good morning.
Morning. Sorry, don't have a whole lot to update from the last time. Just our fill's gonna be out on that north slope here in the next 2 weeks, so we will have that north slope exposed and filling, actively filling and making sure we get that covered every night for you guys. Cell construction is a little bit behind, as far as rain goes. I mean, we've almost 5 inches of rain in the last few weeks, so a lot going on there. Still looking probably October for that. Our gas construction's still on schedule for mid-July on that southwest slope of the landfill. And the flare is still on schedule for mid-August, September, somewhere in there. So everything else is going pretty well. Getting fully staffed now, so we're rocking and rolling there.
Okay, any questions, Commissioner?
I have none.
Okay. Only thing I guess I would mention is in the past, Jenny Holt, who was the general manager, had come with you at times, and she has moved on, correct?
She is,
So
correct.
you-
This is our active GM right now.
This is the interim GM currently, Michael Kreutzen here, nice to meet everybody.
Okay.
I'm over at one of our Ohio business units right now, so potentially I could become the next general manager here, so we're working through that process, but certainly, once we do have a general manager that will attend these meetings as well, so.
All right,
Just
perfect.
bring him and introduce him to you guys today, so.
Cool, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Dan. All right, next, Rick with a highway update. Good morning, Rick.
Rick?
I need to wait till old business for community crossings.
No, we can go ahead.
Okay.
Well, we'll wait, yeah, we'll wait for community crossings to old business, yeah.
I wanted to let the commissioners know that Bridge 100, the last box culvert that you let me buy last year.
Yeah.
We're putting that in right now. We can't get a crane until a week from tomorrow to set it for us, which that's fine. So we'll be setting it a week from tomorrow. We'll be setting it. If
Okay.
anybody'd like to come out and see that.
Road closed that day?
The road's closed right now. The
Road-
bridge is
okay.
out.
Okay,
But we're still doing some cleanup, and we gotta widen the channel and everything. So, and it keeps raining. I got an update on the solar farm. They were supposed to be here this week to pave those roads, and they didn't, of course, they didn't make it. So the new hard start date is 8/5, or the 1st of August. And I just wanted the commissioners and the public to know that. Bridge 54, which is behind the old city dump, has a beam that's cracked in it and needed to be fixed with epoxy. And I found somebody to do that. It's $2,500, and they're working on fixing that beam. So if you see anybody over there doing something to the bridge, that's what they're doing. They're fixing that crack.
okay.
Also, the bridge inspector has been in town, and he recommended some EV signs on 3 of our bridges. Of course, 115, which is one we're working on replacing, has the EV signs on it for emergency vehicles now. Bridge 147, which is on 0, just south of Antioch, has got EV signs on it now. And Bridge 95, which is on 1150 East, just north of 400 North, it's got EV signs on it now, and it's also been downgraded from 6 ton to 5 ton.
Okay.
So, also in chip sealing, we spent $488,626 on oil. That's just for the oil. It's $64,000 for Central Paving to do the chip sealing for us. And so I'm gonna have to ask the council for some more money to make the PUG, to make the 8,000 ton of PUG.
How
which-
much?
Which I'm asking for 500,000. It takes 300,000 for the oil, so we've got all the other materials, so just gives us a little cushion. It's in our draws from the state.
Yep. How
Get
many
it out
miles?
to two different accounts.
How many miles have you chip sealed, or will you chip seal total this summer?
Well, I haven't chip sealed yet. I hope to do 4 to 5 miles, maybe 6.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Questions?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, thanks,
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Liz with area plan update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think I just have 2 items, at least from my side. One, good news, and I think we emailed you to kind of let you know, but just to formally announce the site up on 1000 North, that there'd been a fire, and we talked about the remnants of that house, and it was a mess. So that ended up fully resolving. A neighbor ended up purchasing that. He brought in heavy equipment immediately after he closed, and you wouldn't even know it's the same property. All the debris is picked up, the remnants of the house are picked up. It's actually, I don't know if he's gonna plant grass seed. It looks like maybe he's turning it to tillable. So, but anyway, in any case, we're going ahead and closing that case for you guys on our side.
Great.
And no further involvement is needed from the county with regards to that. The other item, which I think I'd forwarded pictures, although for some reason, Tom, they kept bouncing back from your email, so you may not have seen these. But there's a house up on State Road 26. Get this paper clip here, and I'll bring this up to you. Just got one set here, and one is the letter sent, so if you guys want to kind of look and pass that down. Cat had received a complaint and cited this as an unsafe structure. There was really nothing debatable about it. It didn't require engineering or a building inspector even. The roof is significantly collapsed. She included in that packet, a photo from back before all the vegetation arrived, and then something from more recently. We cited it, as you can see from the photos, nothing has changed or happened. So we're at a point now where it seemed appropriate to bring it to you to ask if you would like to either levy a first fine, or if you'd like us to post a notice of condemnation, which gives them then 10 days to resolve the issue, or you can then move to call for bids. So it's your pleasure, whatever you think is the appropriate next step, but it's definitely not getting anywhere with just the letter.
Okay. Gentlemen.
Owners, comments, or anything? If you had.
As far as I'm aware from Cat, we've had no contact on this one. So, other than having, posted it and sent everything, but no calls, no plans,
But you know
nor,
who it is, so
I don't have it in front of me.
that's okay. I don't.
I can text Cat and ask her.
Yeah, okay.
I think it may have been in that email, but,
Yeah.
and on he's right, on the letter, it should say it at the top.
Yeah.
So this letter he got was dated May 10th, so he's well outside of the 60 days, so.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason, and it says right here, if you fail or refuse to abate this violation, the county will condemn the structure, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say we condemn it.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
We'll go ahead and get a 10-day notice posted, and then maybe we'll suddenly get attention, but my guess is this will probably be back at your next meeting to
Okay.
discuss
Bids.
calling for bids. Yep, and
Yep.
so that's perfect. Those are the 2 items
No, I just know it's coming.
I had, unless I've
Oh, yeah,
forgotten
yeah.
something. Is there anything that you have for me?
I don't have anything. No.
Okay, awesome. You know where to find me if something changes. Thank you.
3-0. We had a motion, a second, third here to move forward with the condemnation. Okay, moving on to old business. We had a late addition to the agenda, which was a change order at the roundabout. It's actually a good change order. Looks like there's roughly going to be $270,000 of underrun, so money that's coming back from the initial bid, and I believe most, if not all of that, is related to, they had built in for potentially moving some of the utility water infrastructure out there, depending how the roundabout was. That wasn't needed. They were able to design around that. So just need to accept the change order. And there's actually two. So one's for $270,133.02, and the other change order is for $14,712.70. So
You want a separate motion for each, or just?
we just one motion will be fine to accept the change orders.
I'll make the motion that we accept the change order presented.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0 on the change order. All right, now we have the award for the CCMG bid. Guess, Rick, do you want to come up here and give us a recommendation based on the bids?
Like to recommend Central Paving again. They was way under bid. We've used them before. We've always had real good luck with working with Central Paving.
Okay, so Central Paving's bid was $1,064,212.90, and that is almost $150,000 less than any other bid. So I'll entertain a motion to accept that bid.
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0 to accept the Central Paving CCMG bid. We'll sign these after, Rick. Or just put them in our stack. Next, we have our fuel bid. I'll read through those just so we are clear where they all came in at. For the gasoline, Keystone was $3 and I'll call it 4 cents. Heritage Oil was $2.63, and Jackson Oil was $2.74. For the diesel fuel, Keystone was $3.16. Heritage Oil was $2.88, and Jackson Oil was $3.13. Based on those numbers, Heritage Oil was the low bid. They were $36,000 less than Jackson Oil and $64,000 less than Keystone. So I'll be my recommendation to go with Heritage. I'll open it up to you gentlemen for any comments or questions or a motion.
I don't have any questions or comments
Yeah.
about it. I'm fine
Okay.
with moving forward, so I'll make a motion. We award the bids to Heritage Oil.
I agree. I'll second that.
All right, motion carries 3-0. We'll be going with Heritage Oil for fuel for the 2025 contract year, which will require us to invest in some infrastructure. So we've kind of been working through that. I think I sent an email out to the department heads, but this will help us in the long term as well, because we can utilize some of these savings to now have the ability to work with any supplier by placing our tanks in locations on Clinton County property that we own the tanks versus being tied to the infrastructure of one supplier. So we'll work through that, and we'll continue to keep all the departments updated on how that's going to work going into 25.
Makes sense.
Okay. Under new business, we have a conflict of interest for Dana Longnecker. Good morning, Rodney. Dana?
We had I'd say somewhat long time janitorial service. She's retiring. She gave us her notice a month or two ago. Been trying to look to replace someone. I had an employee that showed interest in that position. We were trying to go through the process of the conflict of interest. We had Tom write up the contract. Thank you, Tom, for that. From my department head standpoint, obviously, we got 5 offices that have HIPAA information in them that are kind of confidential. That's kind of beneficial to have that employee, and as well, they're bonded, by the county already. So I just wondered if you had any questions for her.
Do we need to do the contract, Tom? That's the only question I had, because on all these others, right, like we had the
I have
con.
a copy that he made, all, that he's given up for you gentlemen to sign if you wish.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I think either you or the Board of Health could do it, but I think it probably would be best to have the commissioner sign it.
I think so. So if you don't mind, I don't have a problem with it, but since we haven't had a chance to review the contract,
Sure.
and we do it at our next meeting, just so it's tied with it.
You want a copy of it?
Yeah, yeah, if
say
you can give us a
Tom
copy.
Tom wrote it up. The only thing I did was put in the billing monthly and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the amount.
Okay, so, sorry if that delays it a little bit, but again, I don't have a problem with it.
Sure.
Just as we,
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure
I thought he had sent it to you. That's fine.
I hadn't seen it, so.
That's no problem.
So, yeah, we'll just review it, make sure,
It's Tom's standard contract, so.
yeah, we've kind of got them pretty standard for
Okay,
these
yeah.
type of deals now, so should be good. That's all right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, department heads. Do I have any department heads that'd like to go?
No way. Oh, okay.
I was going to mention it earlier, but I wanted to wait till Josh got here. I just wanted to say Warren's came out and did a phenomenal job cleaning up our lot. Josh, I know you and I talked a couple weeks about that, and they came out and did a great job. And
Okay.
they were out Thursday or Friday of last week, and we conversed with some of their staff. They did a good job. Jarman Warren and I had a long talk about what services they're doing and stuff, and I saw him yesterday and let him know they did a great job. So
Okay,
just
awesome.
wanted to say that. So
They're coming back. I talked to him last night. They're coming. I saw the mulberry trees still growing out of the ponds. They're coming back to get
Yeah.
it. So
yeah,
yeah.
no, they did a good job. So I appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Any others?
Way. That's a first.
Okay, I'll move on. Commissioner reports. Commissioners.
Anything, Lou?
you
I have
anything?
nothing.
The only thing I have is I need to apologize. At their last meeting, I made some off-the-cuff remarks about the lighting ordinance, and it was neither necessary nor added anything substantial to the conversation, so pardon me.
Okay.
That's it.
I have, well, two things. If you remember, we had the, see if I can get my acronym right, NCIRPC, the North Central Indiana Regional Planning Council, came to us a couple meetings ago with the contract, and we have a couple of appointments. We had discussed about having Kevin Myers do that appointment, and then he
He's
can
gonna do it?
transit. Yeah,
Good.
he's willing to do that. So then as he transitions to the
Good.
seat in
Perfect.
the future, then he'll just be ready to roll. So I guess I would entertain a motion to appoint him.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0, so Kevin will be that appointment. And we just need one more for a town representative. So if you can think of one or have someone that is willing, that would.
Anybody in this room live in a town? No.
No hands.
Nobody's going to raise their hand.
So we have one more open,
Okay.
so just keep that in the back of your mind if we run into somebody that would be willing to do that. They have to be from any of the towns, but
Okay.
a town. So, and then the last thing I'll mention, which it started, I believe, Saturday, county fair is going on, and
Yep.
obviously the weather's not been terribly cooperative so far, but just all the work that the Fair Council puts into it, I think it's just appropriate for us to acknowledge that because there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't see, and they put up with a lot of stuff, and
Oh, boy.
it takes a special person to be willing to volunteer their time. So thank you for that, and for anyone out there, just go enjoy it, and tell them thank you if you see them. So that is all that I have. So we'll move on to our claims. Do we have this yet? Do you have a payroll number? Nope. Okay. All right. We have claims dated July 12th in the amount of $35,599.45. Biweekly claims dated July 16th in the amount of $744,670.93. Court claims dated July 16th in the amount of $13,547. And a surplus from July 16th in the amount of $15,865.32.
Motion to approve claims.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0 on claims. I do not have payroll, and we do not have minutes today. So,
Right on.
our next meeting will be August 7th. Is there any other business that needs to come before us? No? All right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, thanks.
Painless.
Good thing I wasn't the